Hello, Book Bites family. Welcome back to our channel. I'm excited to break down Stephen Covey's classic book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, in just 10 minutes. This legendary book teaches a principles-centered approach to personal growth and leadership. Covey discovered that lasting success comes from building character, values, and integrity, rather than chasing quick fixes or image. Over the years, millions have found these habits life-changing. Today, we'll summarize each habit and share a real-life example so you can start applying them. Let's dive in. Habit 1. Be proactive. Being proactive means taking responsibility for your own life and choices. In Covey's words, our behavior is a function of our decisions, not our conditions. Proactive people don't blame circumstances or other people. They focus on their circle of influence, the things they can control. In practice, this means owning your responses. For example, imagine you're in a car and another driver cuts you off. You have a choice: honk and rage, a reactive response, or take a deep breath and be glad no one is hurt, a proactive response. The proactive choice avoids ruining your day. Covey famously said, "I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions." In real life, being proactive might look like taking initiative at work. For instance, spotting a problem and suggesting a solution instead of waiting for someone else to fix it. You own the outcome because you own your response and actions. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Habit 2 is about vision and purpose. Covey urges us to start with a clear destination so we can live each day in line with our goals. He even has a vivid exercise. Imagine your own funeral and think about what you'd like people to say about you, about your character, your contributions, and the difference you made. This sounds intense, but it's powerful. By picturing the end first, you identify your core values and life mission. Each day then becomes a step toward that vision. For example, if you want to be remembered as a caring parent or a creative leader, you plan your days to build those qualities. One person I know created a personal mission statement outlining what she wants to be and do, her character and contributions. She then used it like a constitution for decisions. Just as an architect draws the blueprint before building a house, Covey says you should begin with the end in mind. Have a mental blueprint for your life and use it to guide every decision. Habit 3. Put first things first. Habit 3 turns vision into action through prioritization and time management. Covey teaches that we often get trapped putting out fires, urgent but sometimes unimportant tasks, instead of focusing on what truly matters. In practice, this means deciding what's most important, your high-priority goals and values, and organizing your time around them. It's about ruthlessly prioritizing. For instance, imagine a student who has an exam tomorrow, urgent and important, and also a major project due in 2 weeks, important but not urgent. If she only crams for the test, urgent, and ignores the project, she's not putting first things first. Instead, she would schedule study time for both, so nothing critical is neglected. Covey even introduces a time management matrix, 4 quadrants, to help us. Do urgent, important tasks first, but spend most time on not urgent, important. Planning, relationships, learning. Saying no to distractions, like endless social media or trivial tasks, is part of this habit. In short, habit 3 is about self-management. Managing your time and commitments by always doing the most important things first. Habit 4. Think win-win. Habit 4 is about mutual benefit in relationships. Instead of competing or acting selfishly, Covey urges a win-win mindset, seeking solutions where everyone can succeed. Win-win isn't a trick or a quick fix. It's a cooperative, abundance-based philosophy. Covey says to see life as a cooperative arena, not a battle, because there are plenty of resources and opportunities for all. For example, in a work negotiation, you might propose a deal where both you and your colleague benefit. Maybe a joint project that uses each person's strengths. In contrast to I win, you lose, win-win means I win and you win. Trust and integrity are key here. You build agreements where everyone's needs are met. Real-life story. Two business partners decided to split responsibilities so each could do what they do best. Their profits increased because they weren't stepping on each other's toes. That's win-win in action. Covey notes that having an abundance mentality, believing there's enough for everyone, is the foundation of win-win. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Habit 5 focuses on empathetic communication. Covey says the most important skill is listening first before trying to speak. Most of us listen with the intent to reply or give advice, but Habit 5 teaches us to truly understand the other person's perspective first. Why? Because no one cares what you have to say until you genuinely demonstrate you care about what they have to say. Imagine a manager who has a conflict with an employee. Rather than immediately telling the employee what to do, the manager listens carefully, asks questions, and really hears the employee's concerns. Only after understanding does the manager share his viewpoint. People instantly respond better when they feel heard. The book calls this empathic listening. A real-world example, I once saw a customer service rep who took time to really listen to an angry customer's problem without interrupting. The customer immediately calmed down, and they solved the issue together. Covey emphasizes that effective communication is a dialogue, not a monologue. Start by understanding the other person. Habit 6. Synergize. Habit 6 is the power of creative cooperation. Covey explains that true synergy happens when people work together and combine their strengths. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. In practice, this means valuing differences and building on them. For example, think of a team project where each member brings a different skill. Instead of clashing or dividing tasks, they brainstorm together. One person's idea sparks another's, leading to a creative solution none would reach alone. In Covey's words, synergy is the essence of principle-centered teamwork. It lets us achieve goals that no one could have done alone. Real-life example. A graphic designer and a writer collaborate on an ad campaign. Separately, they produce good results, but together, they bounce ideas off each other and create an award-winning campaign neither could have made by themselves. That's synergy. The result exceeds everyone's expectations by mixing different perspectives. Synergy requires openness and trust, but when it works, it unlocks massive creative power. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Habit 7 is about renewal and self-care. Covey reminds us that to be effective, we must regularly sharpen the saw. We must renew our 4 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. In other words, take care of you. For example, physically, this means exercise, good sleep, and nutrition. Mentally, it means reading and learning. Emotionally, it means building relationships and serving others. Spiritually, it means reflecting, meditating, or spending time in nature. The idea is that you are your most important asset, so protect and improve it. Real-life illustration. A busy professional schedules time each week for the gym and to spend with family, so he stays healthy and balanced. By tending to each area, he actually becomes more productive and creative at work. His mental energy improves as his physical health and stress balance improve. Covey even notes that improvement in one area often helps the others. For example, physical exercise boosts mental energy. By sharpening the saw, you create an upward spiral of growth. Habit 7 is essentially the habit of continuous learning and self-improvement. Conclusion: make these habits your own. There you have it, Covey's 7 habits explained and illustrated with real-life examples. Remember, these habits build on each other. Habits 1 through 3 help you move from dependence to independence, a personal victory. Habits 4 through 6 guide you into effective collaboration and leadership, a public victory. And habit 7 keeps everything in balance for long-term success. Covey's core message is that effectiveness is a character-based journey, not a quick fix. It takes practice and persistence. But imagine starting each day being proactive, keeping your goals in mind, prioritizing what matters, thinking win-win with others, listening deeply, collaborating creatively, and renewing yourself. You'd be well on your way to a more effective, purposeful life. So take one habit and try it this week. Maybe catch yourself being reactive and choose a proactive response instead. Or sit down and write a personal mission statement. As Covey puts it, you are the programmer of your life. Thank you for watching Book Bites. Stay motivated, stay curious, and start applying these habits. You've got the power to shape your life. Happy reading, and see you next time.